All right, so here's our application so far. When we click this drop-down menu, we go to example.com. So let me show you how to fix this problem. Back in the template for our Bootstrap navigation bar, here we have this list item with the class dropdown. And inside this list item, we have an anchor with this href set to example.com. So first I'm going to change this to a hash. Now back in the browser. Now when we click this, nothing happens. Here we want to display the menu items. Let me show you something real quick. Back in our template, here's our list item with the class dropdown. I'm going to add another class here, show. Now inside this list item, we have this div with the class dropdown-menu. Again, here I'm going to add the show class. Now back in the browser, you can see our drop-down menu appeared here. But we want to make this dynamic. We don't want this to appear at all times. We want this to appear only when we click this drop-down link. So how do we do this? Well, Bootstrap has a JavaScript library, and this library is responsible for manipulating the DOM. So in this case, it's going to listen to the click event of this link, and then it's going to dynamically add or remove this show class to these two elements here. Now, so far, we have only imported bootstrap.css, but not bootstrap.javascript. And that's something we want to avoid, because in Angular, we don't want to use bootstrap.js, because this library has dependency to jQuery, and we want to avoid using jQuery in our Angular applications. The reason for this is because in Angular, we want to rely on Angular to manipulate the DOM. When using jQuery, we modify the DOM directly, but Angular adds an abstraction to the DOM, so we don't directly manipulate the DOM. And this makes our applications more testable. So how are we going to solve this problem? There are two ways. One way is to build a custom directive, and with this directive, we can add or remove the show class dynamically. But building this directive for every component in Bootstrap is time consuming. So there is a library called ng-bootstrap that gives us all these directives we need when using Bootstrap in our Angular applications. We don't need to create them from scratch. So head over to ng-bootstrap.github.io. This is the homepage for ng-bootstrap. You can find various components here. For example, we're going to look at dropdown. So here you can see we have a directive called ngb dropdown. And under examples, you can see this directive in action. So here we have a dropdown. When we click it, we get these menu items. You can always look at the source code to see how this directive is used. So back in the template for our navigation bar, I'm going to delete this show class here. Now open up the terminal and install @ng-bootstrap/ng-bootstrap. So this is the name of this node package at the time of recording this video. Chances are it may change in the future. So if you have difficulty installing this library, have a look at their documentation. Here they have a page, get started. And under the installation, you can see the name of their node package. Okay. So let's install this node package. All right, so currently this package is in beta 1. Chances are in the future, when you're watching this video, this ng-bootstrap will be in the final version. So if the steps I'm going to show you in this video don't work on your machine, make sure to go back to their documentation to find the new ways to do things. And this is something you need to get used to, because in the web development industry, we deal with breaking changes all the time. And it's really hard to have up-to-date videos, especially when dealing with multiple packages, multiple libraries that are built by different people. So we have installed this library. Now let's go to app.module. Here on the top, I'm going to import a new module that is ngb module. We're going to import this from @ng-bootstrap/ng-bootstrap. In my opinion, this is not the best name for this package. This ng-bootstrap is repeated twice. So chances are this may change in the future. And that's why I said you should always look at their documentation to find the most recent instructions. So we import this module, and then we need to add it to our import array. So ng b module dot for root. This is a method we call just like the router module. Okay. Now finally, we go back to our template. We need to apply 3 directives here. The first directive we need to apply is on this list item with the class dropdown. So the directive is called ngb, all lowercase, and then drop down. The second directive is ngb dropdown toggle. And we need to apply this directive on this anchor, which is responsible for toggling the dropdown. So ngb in lowercase, dropdown, toggle. And finally, we need to apply another directive on this div with the class dropdown-menu, which is the container for all the menu items here. So the directive is ngb dropdown menu. So these are the 3 directives we need to apply here. And again, their name may change in the future, so always go back to their documentation and look at the example source code. Now, back in the browser, let's click this. Beautiful.